Step inside the Scrovegni Chapel in Padua, Italy, around 1305. The walls are alive with Giotto di Bondone's frescoes, stories from the lives of Mary and Jesus painted with unprecedented clarity and emotion. Giotto's work is a visual Bible, each fresco a chapter in a grand human drama. Unlike the stiff formal art before him, Giotto's figures are real people, weighted, emotional and alive. He brought the divine down to earth, making sacred stories intimate and relatable. Among these scenes, one stands out: the arrest of Christ, or the Kiss of Judas. This pivotal moment, painted on the south wall, captures the instant loyalty turns to betrayal. The scene is charged with psychological tension, told through glances, gestures, and the silent language of faces. Here, Giotto's revolution is clear, a shift toward realism, emotion, and a new intimate connection between viewer and story. To understand this painting is to witness the birth of a new era in Western art. Giotto's vision forever changed how we see the sacred and the human. In the Garden of Gethsemane, after the Last Supper, Jesus prays in anguish while his disciples sleep. Judas Iscariot, one of his own, has struck a deal to betray him for 30 pieces of silver. The signal is a kiss, a gesture of respect twisted into an act of treachery. This inversion of love into betrayal is what makes the story so powerful. Giotto captures the moment when Judas arrives with soldiers, sealing Jesus' fate. In a chilling act of betrayal, Judas approaches Jesus not with a sword but with a kiss, the prearranged signal to identify him to the armed soldiers waiting in the shadows. Jesus, calm and accepting, does not resist. Giotto doesn't answer why Judas betrays, but focuses on the raw human drama. The garden's quiet is shattered by the arrival of soldiers, the clang of armor, and the weight of betrayal. The emotional impact is undeniable. A friend turns against his master in the most personal way. The scene is a study in the devastating power of personal betrayal. In this moment, the story becomes universal. At the center of the fresco, Jesus and Judas are locked in a silent confrontation. Judas's yellow cloak envelops Jesus, a visual metaphor for betrayal swallowing innocence. Their faces are inches apart, the intimacy making the emotional distance even more shocking. Jesus is calm, sorrowful, and accepting. His gaze is steady, almost forgiving. Judas is tense and determined, his body committed, his soul in turmoil. Giotto's genius is in these faces, Jesus' quiet dignity versus Judas's conflicted shame. The body language tells the story. Judas leans in, Jesus stands firm. The contrast between Judas's urgent motion and Jesus' stillness creates magnetic tension. Around them, chaos erupts, but at the center, time stands still. This is the heart of the painting, a silent, powerful confrontation between good and evil. Giotto captures the psychological complexity of both men in a single, terrible embrace. The moment is frozen, inviting us to witness the depth of human emotion. Here, the spiritual battle is as vivid as the physical one. The painting's power lies in this charged, silent exchange. Giotto makes us feel the weight of the moment. While Jesus and Judas are locked in stillness, chaos swirls around them. Soldiers in black armor form a faceless wall, their weapons slicing through the night. St. Peter, in a burst of rage, cuts off the ear of Malchus, the high priest's servant. A man points accusingly at Jesus, reinforcing Judas's betrayal. The high priest looks on with grim satisfaction. A horn blares, signaling the capture. Every figure plays a role, every gesture adds to the drama. Giotto orchestrates the scene like a master director, balancing chaos and clarity. The noise and fury amplify the profound stillness at the center. Time seems to stop for Jesus and Judas, even as the world erupts around them. The real battle is the silent, spiritual one at the painting's heart. Giotto's contrast between pandemonium and stillness makes the betrayal unforgettable. Why does Giotto's arrest of Christ still move us after 7 centuries? He broke from the flat, symbolic art of his time, painting real people with real emotions. Giotto's fresco is not just a biblical illustration, it's a human drama. He gave his figures psychological depth, making us witnesses to their struggles. The silent exchange between Jesus and Judas is a masterclass in storytelling. Giotto's composition, anchored by the central embrace surrounded by chaos, remains powerful and clear. He transformed a chapel wall into a stage for profound emotion and meaning. This fresco marks a turning point, a bridge from medieval to Renaissance art. Giotto showed that painting could explore the human condition, not just decorate. His legacy shaped generations of artists, from Michelangelo to Raphael. The Arrest of Christ endures because it captures a timeless moment of betrayal, emotion, and humanity. Giotto's art reminds us that even in darkness, the human story shines through.